falling asleep. Here's a
Alright, welcome to McGanimation, episode 5. The first episode of this show was with me and Dylan, well, except his part got cut out.
Right.
But we reviewed the first 2 episodes of the 5th season of Samurai Jack. Now we are back right after 5 minutes after the ending of the series finale of Samurai Jack, the final episode.
Well, I believe there will be another Samurai Jack, but...
Yeah, you said that the entire time. You're like, will there be more?
There'll be more.
I'm going to click on Samurai Jack pictures as we're going through this because that'll be fun.
No, that's cool, yeah.
Basically, okay, so I want to... We didn't talk about what we thought or a lot of details although we talked a lot during it. But, okay, I want to hear from you. Just out of the way, we both are huge fans. We love Gendy Tartakovsky. We loved the show before. We're happy it came back. We praised it before. We made a lot of predictions last time.
Yes.
I was really wrong about one prediction.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Not the father-daughter
I was actually
complex.
right. I was actually right about a couple things. But yeah, I had this idea that Ashi and Jack were going to have this father-daughter
Yeah,
relationship.
totally didn't happen.
No, it ended up naked Ashi.
Well, I mean, in some states, maybe, but...
Yeah, but it still ended up like naked Ashi. Okay, okay, but basically, so season starts, Jack's fucked, it's 50 years.
Yeah. Destitute.
Everything's terrible. He lost a sword, we don't know how.
Right.
He gets attacked by the Daughters of Aku.
Scaramouche comes in.
Yeah.
Scaramouche.
Yeah, he's a homophobic stereotype. Hey, baby!
That was some controversy.
But, yeah, I've talked about the season so much on this channel.
I know, right?
Then Jack meets Ashi, teams up, gets his groove back. We started to feel at that point in the season.
Well, he gets chased by the Daughters of Aku. That's a big point.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, that's the big
you
episode.
still consider the second episode to be one of the best.
I think it's one of the best things.
How dare you?
Yeah, how dare I think
But,
that episode was so good.
Yeah, he gets chased by the Daughters of Aku, and then...
But the teaming up with Ashi, you start to think the season's going to go a certain way. Basically, Ashi meets all the characters from throughout the show, and I said at one point, oh, this is going to be... They're all going to team up at the end and have a final battle, which did happen.
Yeah, I mean, it was going that way.
I was thinking the finale was being rather predictable for the first act. I don't say that as a criticism. It was just a lot of fan service, which isn't a bad thing.
Right.
What I will say, though, is that the second half did not see a lot of that coming.
And he definitely kept you guessing with what was going to go on.
What did you think, especially the big plot reveals?
Well, let's start off by talking about what right before we started the live stream, or before the episode even started, we talked about, like, do you think Jack's going to die or is he going to live?
Yeah.
And I just want to point out how right I was.
Well, I was just asking you. I wasn't playing...
You thought he was going to die.
I was playing devil's advocate as much as I can. But I will say I called the Ashi thing before it happened. We were watching the episode. Because halfway through, I was like, wait.
Oh, yeah, you did right before it.
Yeah,
happened.
and then I was tricked. Because if you don't know, and this is... Spoilers, it's in the tag. It's the fucking finale.
Yeah.
Ashi has the powers of Aku, which is a great twist. It's one of the first big reveals of the episode. And you're like, shit, she's going to kill Aku.
The key is love.
And then, I love you. It's a very... Because what we didn't know the season was going to be, the trick that Gendy did was that we thought it was going to be Samurai Jack, and instead he told this love story, essentially, over the course of like an apocalyptic setting about a fallen samurai or Ronin.
A dark god roaming everywhere. And...
Yeah, and made Aku more evil and menacing than I think he's ever been in the original run.
And we believe, or I believe, that he did that more. He's far more evil, obviously, in this season than other seasons of Samurai Jack, and it's probably because he knew his audience when he was making the whole show.
No, I agree, and well. The thing is, though, when you find out that Ashi revealed, that's like a fuck yeah moment.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Ashi's kicking ass. Then, I think when we were both thinking, we were like, oh, fuck. Because we were trying to figure out how Jack was going to go back in time, because all the time parts, and the Guardian was dead.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, Jack has nobody to go back. We never even thought, neither one of us ever said,
Yeah.
that Ashi was going to be the way Jack was going to go back. And that's brilliant.
Pretty much,
It's
yeah.
brilliant writing. To me, it made...
I mean, even in the last episode, second to last episode, Aku said, "You have my power."
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, why didn't that ring a bell?
Well, it didn't even occur to me that she would travel back, which, I mean, it was so fast, too. Like, the last 10 minutes of this episode is insane.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as the
And they covered a lot of ground, too.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It would borderline feel anticlimactic if it wasn't such a big amount of revelations of story-wise, because it's like, okay, what you thought was going to happen was Jack was going to die. That's how we all came in this. In a sense, it was a dreading season. What this season ends up being is Jack gets something he never had, and he loses that. And that's kind of the tragedy of the Samurai Jack story, which we didn't think was going to... We always thought, oh, he's going to beat Aku or something's going to happen. I never guessed, even as a kid...
Yeah, it didn't really have... it didn't seem as much depth was in the show back when you were a kid, I guess.
Yeah, well, standalone episodes could be a brilliant piece of writing and animation, but this was like 10 episodes that told one story.
Right.
And we got Ashi to see her character development from someone who was raised to be evil and bad, and she changed and grew human, and Jack grew with her.
In a couple days.
And then she died.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really sad story, really.
No, she didn't die. She just ceased to exist.
Yeah, and the thing is, when we were watching the episode, they went back in time, and then they beat Aku, and I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty, very satisfying moment to watch.
I thought it would be disappointing. I really did going into it. I was like, how are you going to make this work? But cutting him in pieces...
Yeah, it's like, you get to chop him up in little pieces until he's nothing, and then that last blow was just...
Oh, that shot.
It was insane. It was insane.
Well, it reminded me of something like Spirited Away, and it's like, it's so crazy.
And the finality of it all.
Oh, no, it really was like... It almost... It was like I didn't know how to feel about it because it was crazy. Because Aku still had really funny moments in the episode.
It felt like the end of Spyro the Dragon Ripto's Rage for me.
But didn't you think so? It was funny because we were saying that Aku, we were like, man, he's evil in this, and then we started laughing again.
Yeah,
it's like, you son of a bitch.
Maybe because we're psychopaths.
No, he's funny.
He's insanely funny. He's like the biggest troll ever, and you know what he's doing.
Hey, thank you everyone who's in the chat right now. Thanks for joining us. We got 10 people watching right now in the chat. That's awesome. Do you guys like the finale? Let me know in the comments, and ask us some questions if you have it while we talk about this. Keep going. So, while we're watching it, I say to you, I go, wait, fuck. I thought Back to the Future, Marty McFly, the picture. In my head, I pictured, oh, she's playing the guitar, Earth Angel, and Jackson. And dude, I'm like, oh, shit. I go, dude, she's not going to exist if she has... And you go, oh, fuck. You go, you're right. And then she said it left me. And I said, oh, I guess she'll be okay. Maybe she exists... Maybe she had another father.
Yeah.
But then the wedding came, and I started to get this Game of Thrones feeling.
Yeah, the minute... Well, it didn't set in for me until, like...
Game of Thrones has burnt weddings into my mind pretty badly. Whenever there's a wedding on Game of Thrones, it's like, someone's going to die, so it's like, watch Samurai Jack's like, oh, here we go. Mm-hmm. Jack's not getting married.
No. I was hoping you would.
No, well, you almost thought for a second, maybe. Because I think he consciously knew you would figure it out, but he thought he could give you just an extra 30 seconds of hope.
No, he's a fucking troll.
And then, I mean, she disappears. And the saddest part is there's really no closure. She's just gone. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
Well, that's maybe how he got over it. You know, like that at the end of it, when he held the ladybugs, like, oh, yeah.
Well, I think what... It's funny, because I'm thinking about the symbolism with the ladybug, because... Something hit me tonight that didn't occur. But okay, the wolf. In the second episode, you see the wolf at the beginning, and then it's laying there, and then we know the wolf lives and everything. I wonder if Jack's the wolf, Ashi's the ladybug.
It's a very weird mix, but yeah.
And because she sees the ladybug, and the mom kills it, and she kills her.
Uh-huh.
And then Jack lets the ladybug free. And that's Ashi's relationship, and then at the end he gets the lady. That's the way I see it. Yeah,
I mean,
that's what hit me today because I thought, okay, he's the lone wolf who survives, but she is the ladybug that gets crushed essentially, but it lives on.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that was intentional, but it seems that way to me because I don't think he would just show that stuff.
Right.
I think that's. Everyone in the comments said that's what they thought too.
Yeah.
In the everyone said they thought that was the thematic stuff too. Okay, well then I'm glad that's what I got.
I'm glad we all agree.
Well, I think here's the thing about this. His vision was so clear this season.
Yeah.
Immediately from the first episode, which is fantastic. I mean, it was started out like a kick to the balls. It slowed down about in the middle, and the tone got a little. It wasn't as dark as it was in the first couple episodes. The first 2 episodes were dark.
Yeah, it got a lot more lighthearted.
Well, it felt more like old Samurai Jack.
I like that. It felt like a little more uplifting.
It didn't bother me.
I mean, I love the old shows and stuff.
Dick jokes every episode.
Oh, yeah, the dick
Gandhi
jokes.
Tartakovsky loved his dick jokes.
He looked like a talking penis.
No,
I love
the
Scaramouche.
the dick jokes were Scaramouche was terrific. Can we talk about just the season real quick before we talk about the finale? Let's say,
Of course, yeah.
love Scaramouche.
Yes.
Great new villain.
Scaramouche.
Holds up with any of the classic Samurai Jack villains.
Oh, totally.
From past.
I love when he came back. I'm assuming everybody's watched
I'm
the
back.
season.
Yeah, I think
I'm
everyone was a
back. I
fan.
made it, babe. Yeah.
I made it, babe. Yeah, I'm back. And I was like, I was so happy.
And then he saw that he got the sword and he just destroyed him.
No, when he dies, it's one of the funniest moments.
It's like you don't even feel bad he's gone.
No, you hate him, but you kind of like
"Eh,
this.
I can see him get. I want to see that guy die again. That's immediately what I felt when I saw him.
Well, I will say, if you do watch this season in comparison, in retrospect now, to the older show, there is a weird tonal difference because now that feels okay with the 50-year, but this definitely now in a wrap-up, it still felt like Samurai Jack, but it definitely was different.
Definitely, and I'm sure that's what he was going for.
I think it was, every episode was bigger than every episode used to be.
Right.
I think that there was way more different animation styles than there ever was before. I think there was more music choices than there ever was before in Variety. And I definitely think there was more grayness in the morality. I never remember Jack's morality being that gray in the original show. He was a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
This season, it's a morality tale of a guy having to find out is he a good man or not, despite the things he does, and if he does these bad things, does that still make him good despite the things? And I don't know if that, maybe this is the conclusion he comes to, the acceptance, the bittersweetness at the end, but it's impressive that Gandhi somehow made a time travel story satisfying, but did what a lot of time travel stories do, and they made it about love.
Right.
But
I just loved how he in the second episode when he killed her, and then when it followed up into the following episodes and everything, and he realized, oh wait, my dad killed somebody, and it just seemed like it just snapped immediately in his head, just like, I can kill people, it's cool.
Yeah.
And if they're trying to kill me, self-defense is an option.
Well, he always said that he didn't kill people in the original show because he couldn't do it, so he did the robot stuff in the green. But now that he could, you said it at the time, he just got it out of the way.
Right.
He said, okay, I'm just going to show that Jack kills. I'm going to explain it with this
Well,
dad.
it's established early on, and then like everyone starts killing everybody.
Yeah,
you know?
and Jack still doesn't want to kill. I mean, there's this episode where we think these kids die.
Yeah.
And it's and Jack goes with death because he's like, yes, it is time.
I have to say, Gandhi was pretty mean to Jack this entire
even
season.
Jack getting out the end, it's still like, well, he still got fucked.
Yeah, by Aku, of all things.
Yeah, he's still the
it's like Gandhi was Aku.
The irony
in a
that
way.
he fell in love with Aku's daughter and he had to beat Aku through his daughter, and it's funny because when you think about it, that was Aku's one mistake. Really, was having the daughters.
Yep, as is everyone's.
Yeah, because he couldn't beat Jack in winning someone else over, the people and stuff like that, and that was his biggest mistake if he hadn't had the daughters. But it was just so, to get back to the finale, it's just so hilarious because really, I talk about the first half more with the Spartan show up and all that, but it really was just a big Helm's Deep action set piece with that. But when the Akus all turn up, that's scary.
My one of my favorite parts of the finale right now is when they shows the intro of the original show and stuff, and I just like it kind of clicked like, oh, so that was just Aku propaganda from the future in a way to me.
Oh, somebody in the comments didn't like it. They said, "Holy shit, that ending! That was the most pointless thing I have seen. Like none of that mattered. The future didn't. The romance didn't. It's all gone now. I don't know how to feel about the ending."
Let it sink in.
I mean, I won't lie that it may have not been what you thought it was going to be intentionally going back. It is different. I'm not going to lie. It's him taking a risk. I mean, having Jack get with Ashi and making out with her, him being in love with her. But I mean, I thought the writing on that part, the fact that you have to think about this. He has to logically explain after all the shit a way for Jack to go back in time and not make it feel like it's too easy. So he found a way with Ashi to have Jack be able to go back and not make it easy for him. Because otherwise it would probably feel cheap after all the build-up. Because really, Jack just has to kill Aku with the sword.
Yeah.
There's nothing to it. We saw that.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
What he needs to what does he have to sacrifice though? Because otherwise, he's just back home in the past. Everything worked out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the ending if I mean it's. Do I think it's the perfect finale, Simmerjack?
No,
I don't know.
No, I do not agree. Yeah, I agree. Like, it's not the perfect ending to
No,
a finale.
No, it's definitely not like it's not like the masterpiece episode of Samurai
I think
Jack.
I think he was trying to connect like a long running thematic from the beginning of it with, you know, as you said, with the ladybug and the wolf, and it was just too kind of spread apart, and it just you know, it's just kind of like a stretch up on the top shelf to try to.
Well, he almost I feel like he did a lot early on and made it so cinematic, and then in the middle he slowed it down and tried to character development, but then like he rushed the last 2 episodes where he could have probably developed. Like Aku kind of came in very late, and I mean it's not like it's a bad finale. It's just you compare a finale, you start to think of the best episodes, and you shouldn't do that because you just think that it conclude the story, and that's what it did.
Yeah, it did its job.
I just I don't know if that's we didn't get to see Jack with his parents.
Well, he did briefly.
Yeah, very briefly. It was just kind of a montage. I mean,
I mean, do we really need like 5 minutes of him?
I
with
did
his
love
parents?
Ashi. I mean, I think Ashi.
Yeah,
was
I'm just
great.
heartbroken that she's gone.
Yeah,
I mean,
throughout
maybe
this-
that's what we're all feeling. That's why probably why we don't.
Yeah,
like
maybe
it.
we feel weird about it because we didn't know he was going to just be like, well, it's so like I said, it's abrupt. It's not really.
I mean,
It's not, he doesn't really play it off that long. It kind of just. I mean, maybe the episode could have benefited from being 45 minutes, even being a longer finale, because it really did have a
so
lot
you
to
can flesh
cover.
it out more. I mean, it was just too compressed. There's
was.
a lot of stuff. I didn't want to say that, but it
It's
seems like it is rushed. It's a rushed episode.
Well,
but,
he has to meet the Scotsman one
right.
more time.
He has to bring the Scotsman back. He has to incorporate all these characters that he set up in halfway through the season.
Yeah.
Like,
And I like the idea of everyone coming back to fight at the end, but yeah, that takes up the first half of the episode.
And then you gotta
he should
fill
have
in all this
spent.
crap.
He should have probably spent that on the Ashi Jack stuff,
Mhm.
and then the second half you could have spent more time with him back home. Because that moment when they go back home, I think is awesome. Like
yeah,
that.
it was immediate. That one, I like the pacing on that part because it was just immediate.
No, I think that was. I think the actual death of Aku was handled about as well as it could have ever been done.
Yeah,
I
that was
actually
great.
think them going back to the past that fast, them jumping you right in, Jack killing him like that, and it's hilarious. Aku like, you're back already? I mean, that's
Yeah,
it's
and it
really
goes right back to the first episode,
yeah.
which is amazing.
Also, great thing in this when Aku shows the video and it's
Yeah,
the
I brought
opening
it
to
up
Samurai
earlier.
Jack, and it's like, I am happy he showed up. I honestly thought he would end up staying in the future with her and killing Aku in the future. I only say I love the series overall. I will say I thought I had a theory at one point that he was going to stay
yeah, I
in
felt
the
like that.
Well, we got 16 people watching now. I thought he was going to be. Did Jackie Chan actually die? Is that real?
Wait, what? What
Somebody
they say?
said rip Jackie Chan, but I don't know if that's actually real.
Well, do you mean like rip his asshole, or
Yeah.
like?
Did you?
I mean, there's a lot of terminology there.
Naked Ashi.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, it's funny because I did that video.
No, I actually started to like Ashi a little bit more than depressed like dead Jack.
I did too.
And
Well,
that's why, like, that's how I feel about it. So I mean, I like the ending, and I'm gonna probably regret that, but I don't know. It's just Ashi dying because like I don't know what to feel about that really.
well, I agree. Ashi kind of
Like-
stole the show because he made it about her.
I mean, she took down a whole battalion of.
That's the
fucking
thing. We see her
people.
take
Like,
on
she
an
was
army.
badass.
Well, how he drew her and her eyes and the
She
way
was like
she
a female
smiled
Jack.
and the voice actress and yeah, she was female Jack. It was almost like
the leaf dress.
I watched this Ashi show.
Yeah.
Because he made Jack so depressed and sullen for so long that it took a while for Jack to really come back. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the second episode, seeing Jack that way, was powerful, and a piece of art.
It's primal.
Well, it really is. It's primal. Like it did tap into primal things, but this tried to go, I think, more. It tried to be time travel, sci-fi, spiritual, mythological. Well, I mean, it really
It was pretty all over the place.
yeah,
not gonna
I mean,
lie.
it wasn't like a mess because it was
pretty cool to watch it all.
Story wise, it made sense, but it definitely. I don't think it was the best episode of the season.
I like how he overcame the inner demon. I like that whole story arc going through on the season.
What do you think was the best episode of season 5?
That's
And you have to say an initial thing because we're gonna have to rewatch it. There's a marathon next week. But if you think back, what one did you probably enjoy the most after you're done watching it? Were you like, okay, that one? Because we watched every episode together except for like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
Yeah, but I've said many times the second episode when I saw it, I said it was a
Like-
masterpiece, and I don't think he topped that. I was hoping this episode was going to top the second episode, and it didn't, so I'm left at like, okay, first half of the season's like a 9, 9.5, the middle's like an 8, and the finale. So Overall, like, if I had to give a final rating, I'd probably say this season's like a 9, just because I think the finale keeps it from being a 10. But if you have Samurai Jack and it's 5
The
seasons...
doc had a whole point for a season finale.
Well,
it is a season
it's
finale.
the wrap-up. It's the whole build-up. Because I think he had episodes that were all 8 to 9
Give
on
it a
average.
month, we'll have another Samurai Jack.
And the finale's kind of going to be 10. Well, maybe do a movie 2-hour finale. I don't know. Like he did Ego Trip, that Dexter's Lab finale that was like 2 hours. It's like an hour and a half, and it's a time travel story. I mean, I'm not saying I was upset. I enjoyed the finale. I'm not disappointed. Maybe I'm upset there's no more Samurai Jack. Maybe I was getting back into it, and it's weird it's over. There's a melancholy
Get
about
over
it. Well, it's weird, because it's weird. Maybe it's because we never thought we would get here.
It was very surreal, the whole, just watching it. The experience of it.
Hey, you assholes in chat, somebody give us super chat money. This is the Amazing Atheist and Paul here on Drunken Pets. Please give us money now. Talking about, that was mean.
What?
The
thing on TJ?
Yeah.
Fuck TJ.
Oh, okay.
Fat asshole.
Fat asshole. We just talked about that. But Samurai Jack.
Favorite episode? Because...
Oh, look, here's a picture of TJ fighting. Samurai Jack.
Scotsman. Oh, man. Just because I'm just leaning towards this one, and I was talking about it a little bit earlier. But
wait, hold on 1 second. Please donate money to us. This is Shoe on Head and Armored Skeptic. We please appreciate if you. I don't know. It's just random. This is Leafy. Could you please give us
You're
money?
sending me 200. I'm very skeptical of that.
This is Leafy. Please. Literally. I honestly thought Season 5 was going to be Dark Knight Returns with the sword. Do you think the marathon makes up for the whole April's Fool debacle? I don't think it makes up for it, but I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
it feels deserved.
It feels like it does going to happen.
Look at this drawing, dude. Derp Jack. So, what episode did you say?
Oh, I was about to say.
I'm sorry.
You cut me off
what was your favorite? Everyone in the comments, tell us your favorite episode if you want.
I like the one where Ashi's looking for Jack and he's going to kill himself at the end. I think it covered like a huge thematic going through it. Also established her more as a character.
Yeah.
Because she went through her apotheosis throughout that episode as well.
Well, the second half of the season was really about Ashi more than it was Jack. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that was a flaw, because it put the focus off Jack a little bit, and that might be what hurts the finale first a little bit, is that...
It is Samurai Jack.
That's the thing. It's his story, and the first half of the season was really about Jack getting back in his groove, but... And I'm not saying I think there was a feminist push here, because I didn't get that at all. It was a little Mad Max Fury Road, though. Like, he played the secondary role in a way for a little bit of it. Now, even though Jack did most of the shit, it felt like Ashi was like even more of a badass than Jack at points.
Well, she was the daughter of Aku. I think he was trying to establish that.
Yeah, I think maybe we didn't catch on to that. Yeah, maybe we didn't catch on.
Excuse me for words.
Well, she would be stronger than Jack. I guess I didn't think about that with him not having his sword.
Yeah, she has laser beams, dude.
Yeah, no, that's
freaking laser beams coming from her head.
No, that. Damn it, you got me there.
Yeah.
Alright, this is Keemstar, guys. Drama Alert Nation. Give us chat money.
You're going to do that throughout the whole stream.
Let's get right into the review. Hey, you would love it if Keemstar was here, you thought. If he walked in right now and was like, you guys want to talk about Samurai Jack? Oh, the guy who said Jackie Chan, yeah.
DJ, Killer, Keemstar. Is Jackie Chan dead, dude?
No, it was a joke.
Fucker.
They were saying it was like Samurai Jack. It was just a really bad joke.
Don't joke about that shit, man.
So yeah, I think, and I really dug, I gotta say this, I don't want to say this was my least favorite episode of the season, but it wasn't one of my favorites.
I really enjoyed it. I mean,
no, I enjoyed the finale, but it wouldn't be in my like top 2 or 3.
I don't like, like a lot of people, I don't like picking favorite episodes.
I don't either, too.
But I like looking at it as a whole, and it's really just one big epic, and each part's a fragment of the whole, or so,
Well, it is a thing a lot of finales have, where you have so much
a lot of shows are like
on.
that now. It's not just standalone episodes anymore. Like, they're all just, like, there's a series of events going on. No, I think it's called storytelling, but I'm not sure.
No, you're right.
Okay.
This is Dave Cullen here. Donate to us so we can defeat the cultural Marxists.
Okay, Dad.
Dad! Give us money so we can help you, the people. But Samurai Jack, overall as a series, if you can remember back from the first episode, because I watched the first episode when it aired on Cartoon Network when I was a kid the first time, and I watched the finale live tonight on TV. How do you think of the show as a whole?
Oh.
Going back to the first step, like, how do you think it holds up all together? How do you think it's going to be? Is it like that first 4 seasons and then this 5th season?
It feels like, because it's weird, because I don't know if he intended to end Samurai Jack this way or not. I don't have enough research into that. But, to me, like, Samurai Jack, like, the first 4 seasons just seemed like storybook tales of this mythical figure, Samurai Jack, who got sucked into the future. And then the 5th season's like the actual one grounded in reality, where there's death and everything.
Well, the 5th is kind of like a comic book in a sense. It tells like one story. It's full on like,
you know, like. But if you want to understand this Jack, like, because anyone could watch the 5th season and get into it. You know, you don't.
I actually think that's a compliment I'd give it, is that you didn't have to watch.
It's very accessible.
You don't have to watch the previous seasons of Samurai Jack.
If you really want to understand Jack and all these things he's done, like, you really just go through the whole 4 seasons of it.
Well, it benefited a lot from the 15-year break because...
Well, it had the fan base waiting.
You felt the weight of the 50 years Jack had.
It was like a volcano.
Yeah.
It climaxed and erupted.
It's erupting. It felt like... Well, it felt like you felt the 50 years with the 15 years that Jack had.
Right.
You felt it.
That was a smart thing to do, I think.
I think so, too. I think bringing Ashi in was really smart. I think she was drawn absolutely terrifically. Like, some of these things here, she just looked great.
Art style as
loved
a
her
whole.
Teeth, that monkey look. But, no, and she just got... I mean, yeah, she got adorable and I think very likable. And I think maybe Jack, he maybe needed a little bit more characterization here and there at some points, that near the end...
Also, great voice acting.
No, Phil Lamar did his best work ever in this season, by far. Don't say Keemstar. Keemstar, babe! Was there a Samurai Jack comic book? I don't know. I've heard it was inspired by Frank Miller's Ronin, which is about a Ronin going back and being sent to the future. And its art style is actually very Frank. And he has the 300. It's the comic book 300, too. So, I don't know. First episode, terrific. Second episode, great. Pretty great season. Good finale. So, overall, awesome season.
Great season.
Great, really a TV event.
Yeah, I mean
it's just
especially for all the diehard fans from long ago.
Well, we never thought this would happen, and it did. So for us to complain on any level is almost petty, because we thought we were never going to get anything, and we got 10 episodes on Adult Swim with adult content.
And who knows, maybe spin-offs.
Well, hopefully, I think this is going to shoot Gandhi off to new work.
Yeah, definitely.
I think this is going to keep him, like, he's not going to just do Hotel Transylvania anymore. I think people are going to see this and go, oh, this guy's serious. Like, Pixar is going to be noticing. They're like, oh, this guy can make he can make our new Toy Story.
What if Pixar made a samurai film?
I mean, really, I think he's the best action director in the world. I've said that before, even though he's an animation director, and I think he could make the best action animated film ever made, quite frankly. Mm-hmm. And I think he probably made the best action TV series of all time with Samurai Jack. It is Fist of the North Star with a better script. And
what's wrong with you are already dead?
Yeah, no. If Jack would have said, "Aku, you were dead 30 seconds ago," and then the timer started to go off and Aku exploded, I would love some Kenshiro shit.
Kenshiro. Oh, Kenshiro is completely.
Yeah, is anyone a fan of Fist of the North Star? We love our Fist of the North Star up in this bitch.
It's an amazing show.
Wouldn't all the daughters be super strong? That's a good point.
No. Because Ashi's a part of the script.
No, that isn't. Well, maybe they didn't tap into their Aku powers yet. That's a good point, though, because Jack...
Maybe the power of love was the key.
Jack did kill them rather easily for them to have Aku's power.
Maybe they slipped up a lot.
But Ashi always was special. So maybe she was like the Anakin Skywalker. Well, I don't know. It's fake bullshit.
I don't know. Maybe Samurai Jack was blinded by love with Ashi. In the second half of the season, in the first half, he was all primal and survival, as we said earlier. You know, so he was trapped into those survivable instincts.
I will say, I do think the Daughters of Aku did die off a little too early, in my opinion. I kind of wish they would have went, like, maybe die off a little slowly throughout the season. Because, like, they're pretty much dead by the third episode, and I don't know. I think I could have went to up 5. It's just me, but, like, if there had been 2 or 3 left and they were in the mouth, and they would have died off. Because
I'd agree to, like, maybe up to 4.
I really liked the Daughters of Aku a lot. And they only really have one big... I mean, because they dominate the first 2 episodes.
My favorite part was when Aku went back and was like, oh, I remember.
No, I know. That one time?
Oh, that was great.
People seem to ship Scaramouche with the first 2 whale got killed. Wait. Maybe they don't know their power. Yeah, I think maybe they didn't know their power. I have no
Ashi
idea.
sure as hell didn't know.
No, she didn't know. Well, the, but the Aku in this episode, there was some cool shit though. Seeing him turn into like 1,000 Akus and start killing people.
Again, I love how he keeps amazing you with all these new powers he has.
That arrow sequence.
Yeah, when he went up into there, it's like, what is going on?
If anything, this finale confirmed for me that Aku's one of the best villains ever.
Pretty much.
Because the comedy and the horror aspects were still there, just as good as they ever were.
He killed people.
And yeah, it was really as brutal as it was. He straight up killed people, and then
Celtic magic.
Yeah, Celtic magic, and then cultural Marxist magic, and the cultural Marxists are trying to fight us, Jack.
Oi! Yeah, lads.
They passed Bill C-16.
Celtic magic, of course.
It's Celtic magic, transgender. I can be whatever I want.
Faggot.
I identify as Celtic. I can identify as a fucking samurai if I want. My pronoun's samurai.
I study Bushido.
Biggest compliments though, I gotta say, number one, from animation.
Oh, yeah.
This was to me a landmark in
Definitely.
animation. I think this was an achievement.
And it came out around a time when art, like, we kept thinking, like, there wasn't going to be another one for a while.
We bitched about it, like, really
like,
artistic
there hasn't
anime.
been any in a long time. Sausage Party was supposed to be it.
Well, not just that, just art with real art,
Yeah. Not comparing Sausage Party to Samurai Jack at all.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, yeah, like, artful. No, this was so much more Miyazaki, and I mean not just Dark Souls, but I mean Ghibli than I thought it was going to be.
Not just Dark Souls.
Well, this was so. I didn't think it was gonna like that. Seeing the dad in the fire yelling at Jack. I didn't know he was gonna go that dark. I kind of like the darkness.
You have forsaken us. So heavy.
It was a depressing season, though.
I wouldn't say it was depressing. I enjoyed it.
No,
Great. It wasn't me that was going through that shit.
No, I don't mean. No, I mean the tone was depressing.
Yeah,
it was.
If you
it
read
was
in the tone.
Well, it felt more dystopian than it ever did, because before Jack, it always felt like he was going to these cool futuristic places on adventures, and this season it was kind of like he's walking around.
Well, it's been 50 years.
Yeah. I was kind of upset not to see The Guardian. I'm not upset about it like, oh, fuck you, but it was kind of like, okay, that was a big thing in the original show, that The Guardian saw Jack in the time portal, and he was going to go back, but it didn't happen. Jack starts the season out packing. He got fucking guns.
Oh, hell yeah.
I loved it.
Then he had nothing.
No, too bad we didn't get to see him shoot at Aku. That would have been a pretty cool little sequence. But Jack has to go inside of himself to get his sword back, which I did not think was going to happen.
How could you not think that was going to happen?
I thought we didn't know where the sword was at, and I was like, oh, he's going to go find it. He's like, it's not here. So he has to go and do this mind heaven. Yeah, this Ozu film to tap back in. But I did like that. He had to take the angry Jack out that was still in there from the past.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to move future. But what was the main theme of the season, if you had to pinpoint it down to one thing? Do you think there was a theme he was tapping into?
I think there's a lot of themes.
I do too.
You can't just, I don't know if you can narrow it down to one. But if I have to narrow it down to one.
Well, a few maybe, a brief, an idea.
It's
if you had to summarize, because this is what we try to get to on the show. What is Samurai Jack?
Samurai Jack has always been, this,
now that we know what it is from beginning, middle, and end, what is it as a whole? What is it as a piece of work? What does it mean? I think it could just come off like a typical good versus evil story.
Yeah. With a lot of twists.
Yeah, a lot.
Of course.
Yeah.
Again, just watched the finale not too long ago, as everybody else.
It's fresh on my mind. I know. Yeah. I don't remember every detail.
I'm still in awe.
I think what I would say is that good triumphs over evil, but at a price.
Maybe.
And you can't always get what you want in a sense, but maybe that you don't get paid for your virtuous ways, because really Jack in this season, he doesn't get.
Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
He doesn't really get a lot of happiness for doing all the shit he did in the first 4 seasons.
But it was his duty. That was always on his mind. He had to do his duty.
Yeah, it was weird that he was able to get it back and click in and
he knew how to get the sword back.
Yeah, because he was like suicidal.
Yeah.
And
well, wouldn't you be if you lost your sword?
Yeah, no, because it's his dick, and then he got his dick back, and he fuck Ashi, and that's when he was getting his Mac on.
Yeah, and everybody else had dicks. Did anyone notice I don't know if it is conclusively a penis joke in the finale, but did you notice the penis joke? Please write in the comments if you did.
Yeah, did anyone notice a dick joke? Because Gendy's been doing dick jokes all season.
Because I have an idea of what a dick one that might be a dick joke. But
Oh,
maybe,
somebody just did a fucking poke. 'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all.
thank you.
Thank you. We love Pogo here.
It's fantastic.
Okay, but what does it mean to you, though? Like, just tell the people.
Oh, it doesn't mean to me. It was a completely entertaining show, and it achieved at being an entertaining TV show, and it really pulled you in, and it brought out, emotions. I don't like talking about them. I don't have much of them, but, dude, that's a really hard fucking question.
What, did it affect you?
No.
Like, is your life watching it from now on? Was it an important show to you as a piece of, like, is it one of your favorite animated shows?
Well, it's inspiring to me because I like to draw, and you know that, and
yeah,
things like that. But in a life aspect, I mean, to me, it's a cartoon. I just watch it for entertainment.
Okay.
I'm sorry, if I'm a bland guy. I mean, I do like looking into it.
Yeah.
But again, I need to put time to think about it. This is really, I didn't think that. I thought I'd just go hit the ground running on this one. You know what I mean?
No, it's
kind of a shocker. It's like, wow, I didn't know you just got totally stick a dick up Jack's ass right at the end there.
No, it was a lot to process.
It was a dick move, and he's been a dick to Jack the whole time. I thought it was gonna be a nice resolution. No, fuck Jack. Like, okay, fuck that guy.
We basically watched a guy get beat to death the whole season. Then at the end, he shows the guy and he gets raped up the ass. Jesus gets raped on the cross at the end of this.
It's pretty bad. I mean, Jesus got a contender.
No, Jack gets his ass kicked. He basically almost dies. He gets to love Ashi for a little bit. I don't even know if they ever get to fuck. Probably not.
No, they did.
And then he fucking...
It's the apocalypse, dude.
Well, he still got the Scotsman's daughters if he wants to travel to the future, if he gets them out and get some of that. And,
No.
And then, yeah. Nah.
Oh?
But, but then, it ends with Jack just sitting in a tree looking out like, oh, fuck.
Ladybugs, bro. Like, fuck you and your
No,
ladybugs.
I akin it to Luke Skywalker coming back in The Force Awakens, where you wait, 30 years to see, man, what's Luke been up to? And it's like, oh, dude, you're fucked up. You're like Cricket and It's Always Sunny now. Like, you used to be a priest, and now you're like a hobo. Oh my god, it's such an apt comparison, too, because Cricket...
It's pretty on the spot.
And everything. I used to be a priest. I used to be a Jedi. You know?
I used to be a Jedi, now I'm the Joker.
I saw what the dog wanted when he looked in the sky on my neck.
You fucking dog before, bro? What?
Samurai Jesus. No, I love Samurai Jack. I think it's one of the best animated shows of all time. It would probably rank in my, I think, top 10 to even 20 now. I think this is Batman the Animated Series level. I think Avatar Last Airbender. Especially since this has a finale now, so it's like, okay, we have the show now. So now those other seasons are just better now because it's finally an ending. So you can be like, hey, watch Samurai Jack. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to tell people anymore, hey, dude, there's no ending, but, watch it, it's still worth it. Now you can be like, hey, dude, watch Samurai Jack. And, oh, by the way, the 5th season gets dark.
Because it's always good to say less,
Well, I'm glad he got to come back and make a final statement. It felt like the time was well warranted.
I think he wrapped it up to what he wanted to wrap it up as.
Yeah, it felt like an artist doing what he wanted to do.
And I feel like he's happy with the way it ended. And I think that if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, you like it. I mean,
well, my hope from this is that he moves on to things that are greater than this. Because I think Samurai Jack's his greatest achievement now. Probably above Dexter's Lab. Because I don't think Dexter ever had this pathos to wrap up. Although Dexter has single episodes that are terrific. And he worked on Powerpuff Girls, but this is his thing, really, because a lot of his other shows didn't get his fleshed out. He has 5 seasons of this, 63 episodes, iconic characters, iconic animation, music. I mean, he has a stamp now. It's like everyone from 20 years from now is going to know. You're going to get a box set now with, all of Samurai Jack. Mm-hmm. It's a different time now. I mean, this is a weird thing where they go back and do shows. Hopefully this leads to a revival of a bunch of shows that we liked that ended too early.
Yeah.
That get to come back and have finales.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, I'm totally up for that idea. Like, hey, let's bring back some of those cartoons. Because Samurai Jack was one for a long time, but...
That could be a good and a bad thing.
I'm up for Adult Swim, though, doing content more like this than what they were doing. Or Toonami. Yeah. Original...
I'm tired of the live-action shows on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
They're just not funny to me. I don't enjoy them.
I'm ready for Gandhi to make a movie or make a new show or do something or maybe even move into live action. I think he has something. He's crazy.
I'd like to see him do something like that. I want to see him do something with Marvel. That'd be
me too. I think he's really good at the action. Like I said, I think this could get him the way Brad Bird got work on Mission Impossible and Tomorrowland for being. I think people are going to watch this show and be like, "Oh fuck, this guy has storyboard ideas that are nuts." I mean, these would be some of the coolest action scenes in movies. I mean, also my second compliment behind the animation, the action scenes this season. almost every single one of them was choreographed and executed just damn right.
Yeah, no complaints there.
Beautifully.
Seamless.
I mean, the sound effects this season, the way he subtly used the split screen effect.
The music
was the best it ever was.
Full on just made for the show.
Yeah, the voice acting, like we said, better than it ever. I mean, pretty much the production was
Same
top.
voice actress from Avatar: Last Airbender.
Pretty
Princess
much,
Azula.
pretty much the production was top tier. I'd say this is one of the best things Adult Swim's produced, like with Venture Brothers, like the animation. I mean, really for Adult Swim, this is like.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, this puts you guys back on the good grace a little bit because this is really well produced. It looked great. You guys, I mean, you did the April Fool's thing, but you played Rick and Morty. I mean. And yeah, we had 2 months, or
fucking unforgivable.
And Game of Thrones would be on at this time of the year usually.
Right.
So we had Samurai Jack.
Yeah, man.
And it was intense like that. Most impressive. So is everyone in the comments? It seems like people like Samurai Jack. It seems like we got some mixed things though, and even mixed here. I'd probably give the finale like an 8 for me. I thought it was good, but it's definitely not my favorite episode of the season.
I'd give it a 6.
And it's definitely not my favorite Samurai Jack episode. It's definitely not the episode I maybe wanted. I definitely wanted something to maybe cry or something.
I mean, the truth hurts. Maybe that's why you just don't like the truth of it, that it's ending.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe on a psychological thing. I mean,
I'm trying to deal with it. I don't know. But you know, maybe we'll come back. But people in the comments, give me your opinion. I can read. Maybe it'll give me some insight that I didn't see. I definitely thought as a season, though, you got to look at it all as a whole. It was pretty damn great.
Yeah.
And it did have an effect on me, Samurai Jack.
What effect did it have on you?
Well, when I was a kid, I watched Samurai Jack, and I remember the premiere, and I loved it. It was part of one of those early things that really got me liking animation, different type. When I noticed that animation had directors that were creative, and there was people that were better than other people, and I noticed like, oh, this is the guy who does the Clone Wars and stuff. And filmmakers, and it was when I was getting into Stanley Kubrick and all that, and it had a big impact on me because I noticed what it was doing as opposed to some of those other shows. Like even though I liked Powerpuff Girls, then I was like, you know, he's doing stuff here artfully with the animation that's like what Blade Runner did to sci-fi. He's doing in a sense with this stuff, and especially going back and watching Samurai Jack as an adult now, I feel like an asshole for not appreciating. I went back and rewatched it.
No, I definitely didn't.
And going back, and it's a masterwork. I mean, I loved it even more. So it had an impact on me just going back nostalgically and seeing that. Oh, not only does this show hold up, it's better than what I remember, and it's phenomenal. And
all of those shows.
That second episode this season's was inspiring to me. Like I really I think that for being a lifetime fan of Genndy Tartakovsky, and we started McAnimation to talk about him, and I love his work all these years. To see him be able to come out and fucking kill it at like 46 years old, I mean, I felt like a cheerleader. I don't know. I couldn't be happier. I mean, it was. I
felt like a dog that was getting fed a good bone.
Yeah, I really feel like I got.
Because I just stopped watching Samurai Jack when I was a kid.
Yeah, I did too. I just kind of don't remember when it ended. And going back and rewatching it, I feel like such an asshole because some of those episodes are masterful. Because to credit to him, those standalone episodes were beautiful.
Yeah.
Back in the original run. I mean, you know, we love the ninja episode with the white and the black shadow. I mean, terrific. Little short films. Hardly any dialogue. This was more dialogue driven. Maybe it showed Gandhi's best abilities are right in the action, not always long form dramas, is not as top tier. But
I like the dialogue a lot.
No, I thought the dialogue was great.
I mean, it was witty. It was interesting.
Maybe 10 episodes should have been 12, or maybe 10 should have been 8. I don't know.
Maybe 10 should have been 5,000.
Oh no, or like 3 more seasons. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for another season.
I'm all for another 6 seasons.
If Jack wants to jump in the time portal and try to fix Ashi and bring it all back.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to do.
No, I'm so glad you thought that. I thought the fucking end of the fucking show was he was going to go to a time portal and jump in, and that was...
Next time on Samurai.
Well, no, I thought it was just going to end like that. I thought that'd be perfect. Like
that would have made up for April Fool's Day.
The adventure continues.
Yeah.
Like Jack never stops. Because really, I don't know if I even want Jack setting at home anymore. It kind of hit me when I saw him there. It's like, yeah, it's like, you know, Jack's always been on the run. It's like, I want him to come at peace, but it's like, nah, dude, you should. I'm like, it could have just like, I don't know, maybe instead of him leaning on a tree, I just wish it would have had a last moment of like, watcha, you know, because that's what Samurai Jack is.
Yeah, it needed to end on that.
Yeah, it needed to end on like, fuck yeah.
Like a fuck yeah moment.
But it tried to end more on like emotional satisfaction, which I got. I was happy to see Jack, but it wasn't really. That's what Samurai Jack to me was. It was more like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so in summary, because we've been going on 45 minutes, and you probably need to get going.
Blame it on me to end the stream.
No, I'm not blaming it on you. It's
You
just
just
people are going to
did.
be like, this is indulgent as fuck. 45 minutes saying the same shit.
Pretty much, yeah. Just
Yeah.
sum it up, I guess.
Let me try to play an ad here. But I loved season 5 of Samurai Jack.
Yep.
Make animation great again. This was definitely
Worth it.
what a great year to start the show, because Samurai Jack's back on it, and it did.
Uh-huh.
If we're specifically talking animation,
Specifically.
holy fuck.
Yeah.
I know it specifically. I just had a slur when I was saying it.
Sure
But-
you did.
Oh, Chip Douglas over here. Steven, my list is gone. You stupid son of a bitch. But no, it was the best animation I've seen in years.
Yeah.
On television, in
Yeah.
American television especially, and I think it puts most recent anime.
It's really hard to compare it to anything else.
And it puts most anime to shame.
Yeah, pretty.
Like it just shit on
Most-
pretty much a
most-
decade of anime. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much destroys all.
Yeah, it pretty much. Yeah, it just. Well, Aku may be gone, but Jack still got sent through. What if it's a loop? Oh, it's a time loop. I didn't
No,
think.
because the show started off when he was a kid.
Yeah, I don't think it is a loop. I was thinking it was gonna land in
Yeah.
a loop, but I don't think so
I mean,
either.
maybe there's a detail I'm not touching on there, but I don't think that would work.
There
out
is,
that
there
way.
could be fan theory look at videos later, but I don't think the
Maybe
show
he's
is.
his own dad.
I don't think it was being that complicated with it. I think it was pretty straightforward what was going on.
Yeah, I don't think.
If there is more details, I can't wait to see videos like that from people on YouTube who go into it, because maybe there is some cool shit with the time travel.
Illuminati, fuck it.
Well, we even talked about something they didn't say. It was Jack when he jumps in and Aku pulls them out
Yeah.
halfway
I can
through the
fuck up
time
with them.
portal. Is that the reason he stuck his age at 50? Because he jumps through, so his body is going to the past, but he's stuck in the future. So his body's stuck; it's thinking backwards.
And he does look a little bit older.
And we thought about that, and I go, "Fuck, that makes sense." And I was like, "There's little things like that I didn't pick up on the first time," and I'm like, "Okay." And I got to say that visually, this was so rich as a show this season.
Definitely looking forward to the marathon next week, just to get it all in again.
Well, maybe that'll really give better
Yeah.
feeling, like the episode before
Maybe we
this
should
one
have-
going right in.
Maybe we should have waited till after the marathon.
Yeah, well, I wanted this to be like a live reaction, because the only way we're going to be able to whore the hits out is that way.
That is a good point.
Keemstar. But I definitely thought it was a good episode. It wasn't I mean, it was good. And see,
And
I'm sorry. I'm
just kidding.
I just didn't love it. I don't know. I want to
I'm
come and
just giving
praise
you
it.
a
I
hard
just
time.
didn't love the finale. I liked it. I didn't love it. But I loved the whole series, so I don't want to come down hard. I loved the series. I mean, every episode we came out and watched, we loved.
Right.
It was terrific. I
And
mean, I was so pumped up every episode.
I liked the finale and everything. I liked the whole. I liked the whole season, like I'm sure everybody else did,
Yeah.
as a whole and stuff. And it's just gotta, I've only watched it straight through once, so I want to watch it like 40 more times.
Yeah, that's the fair point here. Yeah, and that means like, yeah, I mean, I'd say it's a classic. Maybe not. I'd say
I wouldn't say classic.
instant
but-
classics. Well, Samurai Jack now, 'cause,
Oh
like,
yeah, well yeah. Samurai
we have
Jack.
5
I
years
guess
now
so,
where
yeah.
it's like we could say now, like,
said
okay,
that.
it's a classic. I mean, it was already, but now it's got an ending, so we could be like, all right, well, what's one of the best shows with the beginning, middle, and you'd be like, oh, Samurai Jack's one of those shows you should watch.
Yeah,
You tell animation fans and friends who like pretty much just good storytelling and action and character told through action.
Definitely ambitious.
Yeah, that's what I'll give this season too. He was so ambitious. I mean, he
It was
fired
more cinematic than most Hollywood movies out today.
single
which is-
episodes. I think were better than movies I've seen.
Yeah,
this
it
year.
was kind of sad because like
No, that first episode was amazing. Cinematic.
it makes you wonder, why do we even have live action movies?
I mean, it was like Mad Max Fury Road, the first episode right away. But wow, we finally saw the death of Aku. It took 15 years, but Jack defeated Aku. He's back home. He's alone. I don't know what he's gonna do. I guess he's just gonna grow old or something. I don't know what's gonna happen. But
I hope he continues something with Samurai Jack. I don't know, but
yeah, maybe something. Maybe we're not done. We thought we were done with him once before, and we weren't. So you never know.
I'm not getting.
You never know.
I'm not. I don't know.
Time is a flat circle.
I'm just bewildered right now.
Holy shit! Somebody just gave us $5.
Cool.
Thank you, Fraser Danger. Make
Fraser.
Stroker and Hoop great again. Oh, do you remember Stroker and Hoop? It was like a spoof of Starsky
On
and
Adult
Hutch.
Swim?
Yeah.
Oh. It was ridiculous.
Oh my god. Well, thank you for the money, man. I hate you showed up late. I feel like an asshole.
Thank you for the reference.
Yeah, no, I love Stroker and Hoop. No, thank you for the money. Holy crap, that's crazy. Well, that was all. That was very nice of you. Not giving any of it to Sharkfoot, but
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, he works for peanuts.
Yeah. It usually just goes to the Renaissance Men Volt.
Yeah, that's true. It all goes to the thing. But hey, thank you for watching the first live stream of Ganimation. I want to do another one of these. I want to do a live commentary.
Yeah.
We need to start McGanime. We want to talk about some animes, and we
rip hard on anime.
we actually we're going to be a little contrarian. We have discussed doing a negative, well, not negative, a mixed review on My Neighbor Totoro,
Yes.
which is considered a masterpiece and a classic. And
Yeah.
both of us actually think it's one of Miyazaki's. Well, we think it's his weakest film.
It's his most overrated film.
Yeah, by far.
One of the most overrated anime films.
One of the most overrated animated films, of all time, by
Get
far.
ready, there's gonna be mobs.
Yeah, and this is, and we are the biggest Miyazaki fans in the world. So it's not like
Of both Miyazakis.
yeah, it's not like Miyazaki.
Double down.
It's not like Miyazaki's overrated. It's like no, Miyazaki's the shit dog.
Mm-hmm.
Big Strooper. You bastard. Put user in timeout. I'm not gonna do that, but anyway, this was McGanimation. This is Randy, and I'm Dylan Sharkfoot, also known as Sharkfoot, and I'm also known as the Patriarchy. Follow you on Twitter. Where can people find you?
Oh, I'm not on Twitter much anymore.
Where can people find your stuff?
Oh, just on YouTube, Sharkfoot_. I'm sure there's been prior links in other videos, and also on Minds with the same name. Just type in Sharkfoot. Eventually, I'll show up.
And you do music and stuff, so people you'll have music
SoundCloud.
updates. So look for
Again,
him on
it's all under the same name, Sharkfoot. So
yeah, so just Sharkfoot you'll find good, and all right, that's awesome. And you guys have any requests for future episodes? Let us know.
Yes.
Actually, and we would love to do some future McGanimations. I thank you everyone for watching. We had a lot of people in here. I hope you liked the ending of Samurai Jack. I'm sorry if it wasn't an ass-kissing, suck-dicking review like you were expecting.
really in a really intense one or a contrarian
yeah,
one. But it was like we're both appreciators of Samurai Jack, grew up with the show just like everybody
else. I hate
else,
to be like centrist about, like neutral-ish, but that's
maybe that's what the true more like thematic of Samurai Jack was. Centrism and skepticism.
Well, maybe in a sense, the good and evil within you and stuff like that. I would like to go back after we watch the next the marathon and see if there is a theme that I didn't see.
Of course.
As a whole.
Yeah.
Because episode by episode, it was kind of hard to connect them in your head week by week.
Mm-hmm. I don't like shows on a week-by-week basis.
Spirited Away is much better. Yeah, shit, Spirited Away.
That's grade school, bro. Will
you be interacting and discussing with the commenters if I subbed? Of course I would. I always interact with the commenters when people sub. I've interacted with the commenters on every sub I've ever done, pretty much. I mean, every live stream I've ever done. I'm gonna play out the music for Sharkfoot's music and cut our mics out here and let it play out for a little while. So the chat will be going around for a little bit. I might show you guys in the chat for a minute or so, but the music's just gonna play. Oh, Clerks the animated series, terrific. But once again, thank you very much for the donation from Fraser Danger. Shout out to Fraser Danger.
Fraser Danger!
Awesome fucking guy. Badass. Giving us some money here on the live stream. 10 out of 10. And, well, Jack was back. He was back.
Now he's
gone.
I guess he's back.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole theme song's got to get back to the past, so...
People keep asking me if I'm back. Yeah, I think I'm back.
I'm back.
Somebody should do Samurai Jack and dub over Keanu Reeves.
That'd be brilliant.
All right, a new sub. Thanks, man. Thanks for subbing to the channel.
We like them sandwiches.
Yeah, we always interact.
Time.
All right, so we're going to play the music outro. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This is McGanimation. Make animation great again.
That MAGA.